Iger is back as Disney's CEO. Disney's possibly restored. Lots of hype and excitement online last night. But what does this mean? And how has he contributed to the Disney company? Why should you care? Let's get into some of the details of his career and what this means being back at Disney. Vince, you want to take us through some of this?
Yes, here we go. Iger has led the charge on acquiring Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and most recently 20th Century Fox. The first three acquisitions alone have earned Disney more than $33.8 billion at the global box office, not including product promotion and marketing cost, or the benefit of merchandise and theme park extensions. $33.3 billion, Ryder. He's responsible for hiring of Pete Docter and Jennifer Lee to helm Pixar, and the rehelming of Disney Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World, incorporating more Disney branding to theme parks, focusing on high-quality films, and launching Disney Plus.
Yeah, so a lot of people like to contribute Bob Iger as the second to Walt Disney, essentially, that he is just as contributing to the success of Disney as Walt was originally, because Bob Iger took Disney to the success that it was. And I think a lot of people know Iger to be creative first, businessman second. And that's what I always admired about him. We saw this at Expo. We saw this online in interviews and movie premieres. Like, he always gleamed a sense of appreciation and support for the creatives in mind. So that's why I think there was so much happiness for him to come back, because of the choices that Chapek had made, during the pandemic and as his time as CEO following him,
I mean, this guy secures the bag, retires, writes a book, secures another bag, and then gets a call from Disney and says, "Hey, we've got this bag for you."
They're like, "We need you to fix this."
Yeah.
So since Chapek took over, here's some of the stuff that he did, for like, why was there so much kind of antagonistic demeanor toward Chapek? Disney has seen the effects of ongoing, the global pandemic. So of course they were losing money. So Chapek, being the businessman he was like, okay, I need to make us back that money. So of course the debut of Genie Plus and Lightning Lane, and there were price increases for both theme parks and
people
tickets
don't
and
love
foods
that.
and beverages. Yeah, like that's all he did in his tenure. It was
That's it?
and prices. Yeah, that's all really the important things that we know about. According to Walt Disney World News Today, price increases have been tied with new policies, reduced service levels, and the removal of free benefits that guests have enjoyed years beforehand. Yeah, so I mean, there's just a lot of negative nature that people didn't even internally. I cannot confirm nor deny, but it feels like there was a lot of talk about that the morale is not high ever since Iger left. And so to have him back, I mean, it's like, great. Now we have Walt back. Let's get the positivity back up. Let's get the creative side of nature, because also when it comes to Marvel and Star Wars and the pumping out of the content, we're seeing quality diminish. That's kind of the conversation. It's just pumping out content. I think this is going to be a shift back to pre-Endgame. This is what made it so fun and so great, was Iger to support these companies, like Lucasfilm and Marvel.
On a film level, though, I can't imagine he's making any creative decision at like under Pixar and Lucasfilm and Marvel. Like, I have to assume he's overseeing them and at a corporate level and stuff. But I don't know if he will actually turn the tide on that sort of thing, like on story quality, or not story quality, but just like the quality of shows. Maybe he has less. That like the output's less, like maybe he instates something that makes the output less, which makes the quality then go up or something. But I don't think he's like creatively, like, just because we're at a low point, in my opinion, on story for like Marvel or like even in Star Wars, except for Andor, but like things that are at a low point, let's say, I don't know if just hiring Iger is like, oh, upward trajectory now for everything. Like bro, Disenchanted should have been a hit. I'll say it. Enchanted, such a great movie. I absolutely love it. I was so excited that they're making a sequel. That seems like it's ripe for good press and everything.
Yeah.
Apparently it sucks. Apparently it's terrible.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it though. And it's things like that where like I don't really know how much of an effect him coming back is going to have on that. Even then, I'm sure Bob Chapek, whatever.
Chapek, yeah.
He probably already has things in plan that we won't see the fruition of for a couple years too, that are already in motion. So it's like, I don't know, time will tell, but I don't want to credit Iger for the success or failure of certain films, I guess.
No, yeah, I wouldn't say film specific, but like it was his like kind of he gave the advice to Kathleen to slow down Star Wars after I think Last Jedi.
Mm.
And so I think like that's why we're seeing no, because I feel like if it wasn't for that, we would just see another trilogy already probably be
Yeah.
out, you know, and
And I
like
mean,
so there's I don't think movies, but more so global, like macro company wide
right.
success is
I
what we'll see.
I
It's not movie,
agree. I think that's what we
but
will see as well.
but it does benefit from it because Kevin Feige would get so much support from him of like
Sure.
go out in your way and do this. But I think when your boss is very much like, yeah, let's just make content, let's go. It's
I
not
mean,
really it's
Daddy
not there in
Kevin's
the heart.
still producing like 8 films at a time though, which
Yeah,
is
it's
like
still
an
not.
impossible task.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, here's what Iger, since he's back, he's not back forever. So a statement from Disney came out saying he has agreed to serve as Disney CEO for 2 years, only two, with a mandate from the board of directors, to set the strategic direction for renewed growth and to work closely with the board in developing a successor to lead the company at the completion of his term. So again, making a new CEO that he thought would be great, but choosing the right one for him to leave and put the company on the right direction. Because
Yeah.
these last 2 years, we know, like we've talked about this for 2 years, and I think ultimately it's leadership of the company. That's
Leadership's very important for a company, for all around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you said with morale and
Mhm.
rallying people. I
Mhm.
like Bob Chapek or whatever. I couldn't even tell you his name before.
Yeah.
The day he was
Mhm.
put in and the day that he
Mhm.
was taken out.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more to this story.
Yeah.
There has to be, not just like with people upset with certain decisions Disney's making and stuff, but there has to be more to this story to kick him out and have this press release on a Sunday night.
Yeah, but
Yeah, which is just insane to me. I don't know.
absolutely
Crazy.
But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with Disney, and we'll see like what exactly. I don't think that much is going to change now because I think Iger's going to focus on the successor. I don't think he's going to work on
I think he'll work on. I think he'll make some big decisions, but
Okay.
I definitely think that finding a new successor that is better fit is probably one of his goals on being in there. But he also, Bob Iger, sent an email to all Disney employees. Did he specialize things to different people, or was it just a general email to everyone?
Company-wide, yeah.
Company-wide email. And just, you could tell his excitement through this email. You can find this email online if you want to read the whole thing. But there's a little piece right here that I just thought stood out, and just it says, "I know this company has asked so much of you during these past 3 years, and these times certainly remain quite challenging. But as you have heard me say before, I am an optimist, and if I've learned one thing from my years at Disney, it is that even in the face of uncertainty, perhaps especially in the face of uncertainty, our employees and cast members achieve the impossible." And I think that's a pretty awesome statement coming back. Feels good to read, feels good to hear. So Bob Iger, blow our socks off, dude. Let's see it.
We're
see
ready for it. Create us first.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you want to listen to the entire podcast, you can go on audio platforms and type in Freeze Frame, Strictly Casual. It's a little yellow box. It says Freeze Frame. You can subscribe on YouTube and become a member there if you want to watch the whole episode, or you can watch this clip on YouTube. You're probably already watching that right now. And we appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.